Hello everybody and welcome on board this Wasa 38 from Sweden of 1984 for a good look around her interior to give you an idea of what she represents, where the gear is, her layout, etc, and if she might be for you. So as you can see, we're looking towards a companionway, nice, wide and open, and big thick handles here to grab hold of as you're going up and down over the engine casing, which is in here. So the engine is in there, this just lifts up and out of the way. We have access through the port cabin and the starboard cabins as well, so the engineers should thank you for that too. Very nice and easy to get down, and once you arrive on board, we're down into this nice big lobby here, plenty of room, access to the bilge, nice wooden floor too, looking very traditional. And if we just turn to our starboard side, when we first get down here, the first thing we do is encounter the galley where we'll go in a minute, and after that we've got the starboard after, I call it a cabin, but it's a curtained entrance here. So just ducking down inside, you can see that once we get in, we've got an infill here which we could take away and use that area to sit and get our wellies on in private if we wanted. There's the starboard engine access there. But if I just lower myself down, you can see what a decent area we have in here. So nice and long, nice and wide too. I should think there's plenty of room for two adults to sleep in here for the weekend or longer. Probably not under this area here, but there's room under there for your feet. Of course, we've got a restricted headroom because we've got the cockpit moulding above us, but that's what we have in all of these kind of boats generally. But all in all, feeling like a nice space, nice and roomy, restricted on the headroom, but not claustrophobic because we've got the opening window there. We've got the lighter headlining, we've got the wood lining of the whole big shelf up there, and of course this never closes fully as a door, so feels connected to the galley and the rest of the boat, I think. But do you think the same? Coming forward out of there, as we come out, you can see we enter the galley. Nice big area, great area here to stand and cook, to stand and chop, and you could also have your chums or your fellow crewmates standing around here doing the washing up and drying as well. So plenty of room for 3 or 4 people to assist with the cookery and the tidying up afterwards. I think we have a cupboard under here, we have drawers, a 2-burner cooker with a, I'm not sure if there's a grill in there or not, but we have an oven, a big, very deep twin sink, which is great, a fridge unit under here. Let's have a quick look, nice large fridge in there. And you can see we have cupboardry all the way around, nice deep cupboards too, storage behind and a larger cupboard there as well. So really nice galley area and ample for a boat of this size, I think. Moving forward, you can see just what a fantastic saloon we've got down here. I'm 5'9", and I'd say there's probably about 6 feet of headroom down here. You can see that we've got lots of wood everywhere. We've got light coloured headlining, etc. No curtains, but 4 large windows and a hatch, so it's feeling bright and airy down here, especially with the sun streaming in through the companionway. So starting on the starboard side. Again, I suppose I should mention, we know that our Scandinavian brethren like to make boats to sail, don't they? And they make them practical, so we've got something to hang on to here. Big, thick fiddles here. As I mentioned before, handles here, another fiddle here. So there's always something to grab hold of on this boat as you're making your way around, which is great because she is a sailor's boat. Now, on the starboard side of the saloon, you can see we've got a long sofa with storage underneath. And if you just lift up the seat back, if I can do it one-handed, here we go. You can see the seat goes all the way back to the hull there. So really lovely large berth there for somebody, and a really lovely large bench seat there, or an L-shaped seat if we're during the day. And of course we have storage underneath here too, which is great. Lovely, great big saloon table with 2 leaves there, so that folds out and gives you eating space, etc., or entertainment space all the way around. You could fit the whole family and all your crew around there, hopefully. All looking great. The upholstery looks good to me. And if we just look on the outboard side, we've got lots of stuff or gear stuffed onto this boat. A big fiddle shelf just above the sofa, big lockers around the back, and a cupboard there, or a shelf there. And these lockers are surprisingly deep, so really surprising. And if we just move forwards, we can see we've got some storage inside the saloon table there. We've got a bilge step mast as well, so that's where it comes through. Great there, because we can really easily see where the mast attaches to the boat. Fantastic, great for the surveyors to get to. Clock and barometer on the forward bulkhead, and we can see as well, another thing I really like, we've got the chain plates coming through here, so nice and easy for the surveyors to have a good old look at where the shrouds are attached to the boat. All very good. Now it is fairly obvious to see that this boat has seen some action. You know, there's wear and tear on the bulkheads. We've had damp down here over the years, although she feels nice and dry, she smells nice and dry now, but of course there's evidence of past use, and she could do with a good clean through. But underneath it all, quite an exciting boat, I think. Let's move forwards a little bit. So the heads compartment, you can see, is we have this aperture to get through, so a duck down for most people to get through, but it is a nice wide aperture. And of course, this is just going to these radius corners here are serving to help the bulkhead be strong and support the coach roof up there. So all part of the design to take up the stresses and the strains. On the port side here, massive great big lockers here for your foulies, etc. On the starboard side here, you can see that we have got a head here. So the head is manual, and it's, if you're sitting there, you'll be facing to port. A sink in the corner there, and a big work surface there, and cupboards there behind there for all of your work, for all of your crew's bits and pieces. And looks to me, yes, this door slides closed as well, so you have that privacy if you need it. And of course, this door to the forward cabin also closes as well, giving you and them privacy when you need it too. And talking of the forward cabin, so again, this is it. I think this is even lower, so it's a bit of a crawl inside, a bit easier if you have got the infill out of the way, but I just put it there just so you can see. But in here we've got a nice wide, nice long V berth. There's I think it's a water tank under the forward cushion there. The hull is lined, and we've got that shelf running all the way around too, which is great. Of course, it looks a little bit dark down here because the dinghy is lying over the hatch there, so a little bit falsely dark, but just to give you an idea of what it's like. So yeah, all really rather good. Now, turning around and coming back through the aperture back into the saloon, you can see that the port side of the saloon, very similar to starboard, only the shape of the sofa is different. This time you've got a linear sofa with, again, this opens up to give you that nice wide berth, and I'm sure there's some storage under there too. We've got the chain plate sticking through there through too, so the surveyors will all thank you for that. And again, on the port side, we've got lots of cupboardry, nice and deep. You can see just how deep it goes. Big wide shelf up here for all the bits and pieces that get thrown about there during the day. Coming back this way, we've got a bulkhead here to hang on to if we need to, which forms a forward part of the navigation station. Navigation station really well situated because we can talk to the helm up there, no problem at all. We can also receive and pass our cups of tea backwards and forwards. But we have got room here. We've got a room here for the navigator to sit. We're forward facing. We have a window just by us to have a good look through if you want to. Lots of drawers underneath, plenty of storage inside the chart table as well, and I'd assess this as a full-size chart table as well for those who are still using the paper charts. We love you. We can see here we've got an older GPS unit here. We've got a more modern radio here. We've got the electrics panel there, and a cupboard here, a fiddle shelf, another cupboard, or another fiddle shelf, sorry, and a few more bits and pieces in there, but pretty much does what it says on the tin. And if we just finally, towards the end of our tour, open this door. This does give us access to an aft cabin here, so once we go in, we've got a nice lobby space to change, and we can sit down if you want to. Bit of storage under there, more storage inside here, and of course we can see again we've got the minimised head height here because of the moulding upstairs, but they've done a nice job of just lining it here, lining the hull, giving us a big shelf there, and a whopping great big bed. Again, I think this is probably a carbon copy of the starboard side cabin, not sure, but it looks very similar to me. An infill again here. We have the batteries underneath here, a bit more storage underneath, etc., and access to the port side of the engine, and of course we've got that opening window. All lovely. So we'll come out of here, and we'll finish off. If I just shut the door to that cabin, we'll finish off by saying that this has been Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers, just taking you around this Wasa 38 for a look at her interior. If you'd like more pictures and videos on virtuality, just go to boatshedbrighton.com. And below that, boatshedEastbourne.com. Thanks very much indeed. Take care. Have a great day.